Actually, hello everyone, welcome. We are here on the Spiritism at Noon, and today we are going to be talking about um, something that I consider to be very important for us and for our lives. And I'm going to share the screen with you of what we are going to be doing today. We are going to be talking about prayers for oneself. One thing that sometimes we notice is that it's very common when we are going through difficulties, any kind of suffering, struggles, we don't find, or it's very hard for us to find the energy to pray the right words. We are always not always, but many times we are at lost, and we need assistance. Of course, it's very good that we have a community that can help us. We can ask for their prayers as well to give us support, but we have to remember about the importance of praying for oneself. This is a chapter that we have on the Gospel according to Spiritism, that is chapter 28. And of course, there are so much more information that we can find as well in the Spirit's book. The Spirit's book, Kardec as well talks about the guardian angels, the protecting spirits. So there is a lot of material for us to learn about this situation and how we can overcome all this process that sometimes, like I said, it's so hard for us to do this connection with the spirit benefactors. So sorry, I just close one document here.
Mhm.
So first of all, again, I think I didn't mention, it's chapter 28, part 2, prayers for oneself. And this is the part that we talk about guardian angel. So we
Mhm.
are going to be reading and commenting the introduction. Many times we don't pay that much attention to introductions, right?
Yeah.
We think, oh, okay, let me go start already to to the important part, and we miss so much, as you are going to be seeing here today. This introduction is absolutely amazing. I mean, according it's my opinion at least. So it starts by saying we all have a good spirit that has been attached to us since our birth and has taken us under its protection. It fulfills with us the mission of a parent towards its child, namely to lead us to the path of good and progress through life's trial. It is happy when we respond to its solicitude, deeply unhappy when it sees us fall. We are normally very ungrateful children of God because quite often, when bad things are happening to us, or these challenges that we are going to classify under the category of bad things, we will blame God, or we will say that God is being oblivious in relation to us, and in this sense, we will miss the reality, which is to understand that God is always present, and we have all this mercy from God, which is having a spirit that from our birth to our death is going to be taking care of us. And sometimes even longer than that. We may have spirits that we may call guardian angels, protectors. It doesn't matter the nomination we want to give to this guardian angel that accompanies us. But sometimes we have guardian angels that may be with us throughout many incarnations, not just one. They may be dedicating to us in this sense. And one thing that is important here, what is their goal, their aim, is to lead us to the path of good and progress through life's trials. What is do we have here in this passage? For instance, it is saying, it is attesting to us that we will have life's trials. In the current state of evolvement that we are, in the planet that we live, no one will go through life without having life's trials. Like I say, sometimes it doesn't translate in the form of pain or suffering, but challenges. And challenges are hard as well. I mean, when we put ourselves to learn something, regardless of our age. Let's say at this point in time, I would like to learn how to play the piano or a new language. It will be hard. It will take time. I will have to dedicate myself. Many times I will think that I will not succeed or that I'm not capable of doing that. And little by little, if I apply myself, but then it requires this kind of discipline, commitment, and knowing why we are doing this. So it is a statement. There are lifestyles. And those spirits are there to help us and to guide us. I remember once, it was even in one of our studies, one of you came and asked it why the good spirits don't talk, more clearly with us. And I said, yeah, you're right. It's not that they are talking or whispering, they are screaming and we are not paying attention to them. So this is how we have to understand. And I think this idea that the spirits and Kardec puts here, convey here to us, that is like a parent. Here we are talking about parents who really deserve this title, right? It's not everyone that deserves this title, right? So we are talking about a parenthood that comes from God. So it is very important for us to understand that when God does that, it's the pure expression of divine mercy. So having a spirit in charge of helping us, of guiding us through life's trials is the absolute expression of divine mercy. Would you like to say something at this point? Should we go on?
And well,
Yes.
yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. Why is it then that we kind of tend to forget this beautiful lesson they're giving us here, that our guardian angel is protective spirits are like a parent. We go through life thinking, we are parents. We have children, if we have children, and we are the parents. But to put it in this form, it's so beautiful in understanding to relate it in our lives that they are like our parent. And when things go wrong, they're there to correct us if we don't listen and not pay attention to what they're trying to guide us with. So it's so clear that to understand our guardian angel and protective spirits are like parents. They're there for us all the time. They give us signs. We just don't pay attention. We don't understand, and we give up hope. It's good to see it this way and to understand they are like parents to us.
Yeah. Sonia?
It's so emotional for me about this subject, because since I remember, I always ask for my guardian angel protect or talk with others when someone said, oh, I don't know how to pray, or ask for your guardian angel, please protect me. And it's enough in, in, in moments in our life, then it's so emotional for me. I usually make fun with this. For next life, my guardian angel, this one, for this person, no, she asked me a lot. No, she give me a lot of work. No, for another person, not the same person. Sonia asked me a lot. I make fun because I think it's so important. I feel close to me in all time. When I'm happy or when I'm sad, then the first prayer that or the person and I ask is for my guardian angel. I feel close to me. I think it's so emotional for me, this subject.
But you see, Sonia, it's not so common actually for people to pray to their guardian angels. Normally they pray to God, they pray to Jesus, they pray to a saint or someone of their preference, but they don't remember that much to pray to the guardian angels. Or we pray for the guardian angels of our children, but we forgot to pray for ours. So it's interesting how we sometimes forget that we do have this entity 24/7 by our side. And so it says here, its name is of little relevance to us, for it may have no known name on earth. So we invoke it as our guardian angel or good guardian spirit. We may even invoke it under the name of a high order spirit with which we feel a particular affinity. So we can even give a name to our guardian angels. Okay, if we can give them a nickname. If I don't know your name, and instead of saying, okay, I'm gonna call you Joe or Sylvia or Mary, or they will not mind. And it's important for us to know that when we are talking about a spirit that has this, mission to look after us, and all of us, we have our guardian angels, we are talking about a spirit that is more evolved than us. It doesn't mean that they have achieved the highest degree of evolvement, but they are more evolved than us. And when they assume this task of being a guardian angel, this mission, it is because they have the condition to do so. Not to be in the way or too much impacted by by material life. And one thing that it said as well in one of the questions that we have at the Spirits book, that sometimes we just, we may even remember to pray to ask for protection for the guardian angels, but we never pray for them. We never pray for them to be well. And since they are not yet pure spirits, they are also going through their process of evolvement. Our good prayers towards them also is a good thing for us to do. Not only ask for ourselves, but also ask for their protection so they can also protect us better. And one thing that sometimes it is not clear for us, because when we think about a guardian angel, many times we will have a misguided concept of what a guardian angel is. Because today we live in the world of superheroes and Marvels and DCs and movies, etc., which I actually like a lot. Sometimes we will think that our guardian angels are like superheroes. They will come like Superman, Superwoman, and put themselves in front of us and get the bullets or whatever or everything negative that was going our way. This is not a correct image. And also, or sometimes we think that they are like a bodyguard. our bodyguards, that they, wherever we go, there by my, right or left shoulder, I will have my bodyguard with me, following me, 24/7 in life. It is not like this. It's more like the image that I had is more like, since they are talking about parents, imagine that you have a child, a baby, and you don't stay 24/7 next to your baby, right? But you have what? You have these baby monitors, right? You leave one piece in the baby's room and the other piece is with you. So you are doing your things and you have your baby monitor. So with the guardian angels, it's more or less, just for us to have an immediate image, it's more or less like this. It's not that they are, like bodyguards next to us. They are there doing other things, learning, taking care of other projects that they have as well. We are their priority. And they have the monitor. As soon as we cry or sometimes just breathe heavily, more heavily, in a stronger way, they will be next to us. They will be connect to us all the time. So this is how we have to understand. We have this connection with our guardian angels. The thing is, are we using this? Are we really asking them for the kind of protection that we need, strength, advices? And remember, advices may come in the form of, intuition, in the form of a friend, in the form of a book that you say, I don't know what book I'm going to read today. And then you grab one by chance. And it has something that you need to read. So this is always the presence of guardian angels, and that many times we don't pay attention. Any comments or?
I have a question. We have guardian angels. This is our guardian. Each of us have. Now, spiritual benefactors are the difference between both. That is not just one. There's many. Is that it?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That's what we are going to be talking about now.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm going to be reading this passage.
Okay.
Besides our guardian angel, which is always a high order spirit, we have protector spirits that, regardless of being less elevated, are nonetheless good and benevolent. They usually are our deceased parents or friends, or sometimes persons whom we have not known in our current life. They assist us with their advice and often by intervening in the acts of our life. So, like you were saying, Soraya, not only we have this, major high order spirit that is completely responsible for us from birth to death. Okay. But we have protectors that will be people that we have a relationship of love from this incarnation, from previous incarnations, blood related or not. It doesn't matter here as much, and that they are going to be assisting us as well. And because they are not as involved, they may be even more, closer to us and participating in our trivial life, and helping us and assisting us, that is not necessarily the guardian angel. So when we think about it, and then I'm going to read the next one as well, just to talk about the whole thing. We also have sympathetic spirits. There are those which attach themselves to humans by a certain similarity of tastes and inclinations. They may be good or bad according to the nature of inclinations that draw them to us. So besides the guardian angel, the protecting spirits, we also have sympathetic spirits. Let's say that you are someone that dedicates to the rescue of animals. It doesn't need, or the forest, or orphans, or the elderly, whatever thing you are engaged to promote good to yourself, to human beings, to life on earth. We will find spirits that will be sympathetic to our causes. Like, for instance, we are a group of people that are looking for, more spirituality in our lives, to improve ourselves. So to learn all these concepts about the law of God. So obviously, we will have sympathetic spirits that will also follow us, help us because of that. I even go farther and say that because we are so much involved in this process of inner growth, right? Self-awareness, inner transformation, trying to better ourselves, to help in the betterment of others, we will be having contact with sympathetic spirits that may be more advanced than our guardian angels. Spirits, there are higher order, super higher order category, because they are working as a collective body to the moral progress of Earth. So we are connected to them, and we would not be connected to them if we were not putting our efforts to do that. It doesn't mean that we need to be perfect. It is going to be taking a long way for us to reach perfection. So they are not expecting us to be perfect. They are much more, in a state of perfection than we are. But they see our intentions, they see our goodwill, and they come to give us support. So not only we have guardian angels, we have protecting spirits that can be relatives or not from this or previous incarnation, but we also have those sympathetic spirits. So when Apostle Paul said that we have a cloud of witness around us, it is true. We have so many spirits that are there trying to help us, to guide us, but they cannot prevent things things that we need to go through to happen to us. So it's like, as a parent, we would say, you know what, I don't want my baby to learn to walk, because when he learns to walk, he's going to fall, and he's going to have scratch, and he's going to break his leg, he's going to hurt himself. It's better if he never learns to walk. Is it? So I don't want them to read or write, because they learn to read or write, they can read bad things. Or in this sense, I mean, if we think like that, how can we come or accomplish any kind of progress in ourselves? So it's the same thing. There will be, the paths that we have to take in order to grow. They will sometimes be painful, right? There will be a struggle. Any question or comment? But also, they are saying here that when we are talking about this category of sympathetic spirits, they may be good or bad. Let us read the next paragraph so I can comment. Tempting spirits strive to deduce us and divert us from the path of goodness by suggesting bad thoughts. They take advantage of all our weaknesses and as open doors that give them access to our souls. There are some that go after us like prey, but they go away when they realize they are unable to fight against our will. God has given us a main higher order guide in our guardian angel and secondary guides in our protector and familiar spirits. However, it is a mistake to believe that we necessarily have an evil spirit placed near us to counterbalance the good influences. Evil spirits come voluntarily according to whether they find fault with us in our weaknesses or our negligence in following the inspirations of good spirits. It is therefore we ourselves who attract them. As a result, we are never deprived of the assistance of good spirits, and it is up to us to ward off the bad ones. By its imperfections, human beings are always the first cause of the miseries they endure, and most often they themselves are their own evil spirits. So this part is very important. First, to explain to us that the idea that some may have, and that is commonly seen in drawings or, even cartoons that we have, a good angel in one side and a bad angel in another side, is not valid, is not correct at all. Okay, like God said, okay, since you have free will, I'll give one of each, right? And it's up to you to listen to the advices of the one you attune more. It is not so. Okay, God only gives and places next to us a high order spirit to help and protect us through our journey. If we are saying that there are negative spirits next to us, it is our responsibility, entirely our responsibility. And even if they are connected to us because of previous transgressions that we do not have any more control because it's related to things that happened in previous lives, we can reduce their influence to a minimum and help them, instead of them being the ones to try to lead us astray with our behavior, with our prayers to them. We are going to be the ones to lead them back to the light and forgiveness. So this is very important for us to understand, because sometimes, when we always have these images of heaven and hell, angels and demons, like God has made them, or the angels that fall, that have fallen from heaven. This is not absolutely God's responsibility. It is us with our choices, with what we are doing. So this is why, this praying and connecting with our guardian angels can help us in the cleansing of our, spiritual surroundings, the psychosphere, spiritual psychosphere that is around us, in order for us not to become prey of, spirits that sometimes have not even any kind of relation with us. They only come because they are sympathetic to things that we are inclined to do. Questions or comments? And when we think about this category of spirits, that sometimes we may even place ourselves in, in this category. right? We still have so many imperfections. We still are so much attracted to things that not necessarily are good to us. And maybe if we were now in the spirit realm, we would be one of those spirits that would be, connecting with someone else that has the same kind of inclination that we have. And since our goal is really to at least trying to becoming aware of this process that we have to go through, because we are not going to achieve everything now. I mean, if I like to gossip, I will continue gossiping, maybe less, okay, because now I'm paying attention. But maybe I'm not going to be able to eliminate gossiping for completely. Maybe if I'm inclined to gluttony, I may even try to control that at times, but maybe I'm not going to be able to do that all the time. If I'm a jealous person, all those things, all those kind of things, being them of, more of an emotional nature, or also because it already impacts our physical body, and so they claim, the physical body will claim for those things. We will do our best, and remember, it's let us never feel like a failure, okay, because we are not there yet. And so let's count our small victories and say, okay, this is something that I still am not able to do, but I'm already able to do this and this and that. So let's focus on that. Let's be content with what we are capable of doing, and let us be merciful with us, knowing that in time we will address more topics that we have on our list, because this is a path to peace, to inner harmony, to happiness, to be surrounded by good energy, and knowing that we have a protecting spirit that is next to us. It's very important, I think, for us to get into this realization and ask more for their guidance and strength. So a prayer to guardian angels and protector spirits should aim at appealing to them to intervene with God, to ask God the strength to resist evil suggestions, and also for assistance in coping with life's necessities. So there are all these reasons why we should be doing this, prayers. And remember that every time we are talking about prayers in spiritism, we are not necessarily talking about, words that we know by heart, prayers that we know by heart, but we don't put our hearts when we are pronouncing them. According to what we learn from the spirits, it's much more important, this connection, this emotion that we will feel with God, with other spirits, with our guardian angels, when we are addressing ourselves to them, then actually long prayers, right words. Sometimes there is, I say that to myself, sometimes I just, look up and say, please help. It's a prayer. It's a way of evoking their presence and their assistance. So it doesn't need to be elaborated. Of course, on this part, on this chapter of the Gospel according to Spiritism, there are suggested ways of addressing our prayers according to our needs, but just with a name of giving us support in those moments where I said at the beginning when we started today, that sometimes, we are so lost, and down under the weight of our trials that we cannot even articulate anything, and even concentrate enough our thoughts. So we can resort to those prayers in order for us to, to help us to connect. Okay, but it doesn't need to be something that we have to memorize. Comments, questions? No?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
This seems to be a very appropriate subject at this moment.
Yeah, I like this. I mean, there is of course, it was an inspiration because I was ready to do something else completely. And then I said, no, I should do that. I like this because, first of all, because of the title here, Prayers for Oneself.
Mhm.
Many times we have difficulty in praying for ourselves. Or in thinking, we know about prayers, we know about how powerful they are in terms of, cleansing our, our energy inside out, but we don't do that often. And why? If it is as simple as just saying, please help me, right? It doesn't need to be something elaborate, or sometimes our guilty or remorse or depression gets in the way of us thinking that we deserve assistance, or that God is going to hear us. Sometimes I remember that I already commented, there are people that come to me and say, oh, Jusara, please pray to God because your prayers are stronger than mine. And I say, you know why my prayers are stronger than yours? There is just one reason for that, because I pray and you do not. You see, because everyone is a child of God. There is no reason why God is going to hear me more than others. Of course, when we go through the struggles, we ask for everyone to pray, right? Because Jesus said, where two or more will be praying, right? So let's use the whole community, because sometimes we need more people giving this assistance and support to us. But it's something that we should be more put it in our daily habits. Waking up in the morning and thanking for the night, and praying to have a good day, and at night as well. There is, before we go to this prayer, I'm going to try to do something here. I read, I haven't, we still do not have the translation of this chapter that is from a book written by Brother X through the medium Francisco Chico Xavier, right? And it's called The Guide. It's referring to the guardian angel. So I'll be looking at the Portuguese version and trying to give you the message here. So this brother X that we know, his name is Humberto de Campos. He was in a process when he returned to the spiritual world, to learn how to become a guardian angel himself, to be able to protect an individual. So he was doing an internship, right? He was assigned to work a particular day with this guardian angel, and so he goes and get next to this guardian angel, and he was the guardian angel of a woman. uh, according to what he says here, a woman very well raised, living in a very nice neighborhood. And so he was there to observe what represents this silent love and unknown love that is the work of a guardian angel. So the guardian angel arrives at her home around 4 o'clock in the morning because he knew that she was going to wake up and would need his services. He knew that the day before she drank a bit too much, and she was not in, she was not well, and she was not going to be that well to perform her tasks during the day. So in order to protect her, not to have a, to have a good day, he went there at 4 in the morning to give her passes, to help her eliminate everything that was damaging her and that could be in the way of her having a good day. So she did that up to 6 o'clock in the morning. Said a prayer to God to help us so that she could have a good day in her physical body, etc. So she woke up and he was next to her. And he was trying to inspire her with good thoughts. But she was not like, look, things like, yeah, it's a new day. How grateful we should be to be alive, things like that. And she was not paying attention. She was more, turning her back to any optimistic suggestions. She had 2 children, and they were arguing with each other in the kitchen. And immediately, when the guardian angel saw the children arguing with each other, he went to the kitchen to pacify her children so that she could have a good day, not to have to go through the struggles of having to dealing with her children having, being arguing with each other. Then her husband woke up and he had a propensity to asthma attacks. And he was coughing and coughing, and immediately she started, oh my God, I can't stand him coughing all the time. So the guardian angel immediately went to assist the husband to reduce the asthma attack, to help us have a better day. And so this is the way he acted the whole day, helping her to try to maintain optimistic, good thoughts, trying to eliminate or reduce all the problems that could aggravate her situation. So at the end of the day, she's still not in a good mood, but she's in the kitchen, and all of a sudden she was cutting some vegetables and she hurt herself. And then she says, no one, oh my God, no one helps me. I'm always alone. No one's give me support. There is no woman more unhappy than I am. And the spirit that was next to the guardian angel, doing the internship to learn about, protecting, having been, according to him, exhausted, even if he didn't have a physical body, because he was accompanying the guardian angel the whole day, helping here and there just to make her day better, look at him and said, what is happening? She has received so much help and blessings during the whole day. And now, because she just had a pinch in her finger. Actually, she was sewing something and she had a pinch with the needle. Because of this pinch with the needle, she's doing all that. And then the guardian angel said, don't worry, my son, let's keep on helping our sister to regain her balance, and let's keep on doing the work we have to do. Okay, this is the story. I remember that when I read this story, I have to confess to you, because when we talk about the guardian angels, we are always talking about the guardian angels protecting us. But we don't think about how much they are acting in protecting our lives, our loved ones, so that we do not have to get into any state of aggravation. So here you see, he assisted the woman that was cleaning the house. He assisted the children. He assisted the husband. He went with her to work to help her during the work. So I mean, just so our guardian angel is also assisting others, our family members, our loved ones. And this is normally what happens. Unfortunately, because we did not go through the aggravation that they kindly, in a gesture of love and patience, removed from us, we think that they are not there when something happens. Isn't that a beautiful story?
Very beautiful. I love it. I usually, when I know my son or my daughter are in need, then I usually pray for I ask my guardian angel to go there to help their guardian angel in that situation. Then, because of something inside me know about this, it's important for me then to help my son or my daughter when they need, and make me feel relaxed and
Yes, absolutely.
support. It's like embrace me.
So to finish today, we are going to be, as our final prayer, reading one of the prayers. There are 3 prayers for the guardian angel. And so the prayer says, wise and kind spirits, messengers of God, whose mission is to assist humans and to lead them in the right way, support me through my life's trials and tribulations. Give me the strength to bear them without grumbling. Turn away from me any evil thoughts, and make it so that I do not grant bad spirits, which would try to induce me to evil, any excess to my soul. Enlighten my conscience regarding my faults, and remove from my eyes the veil of pride that could prevent me from seeing them and confessing them to myself. You especially, my guardian angel, which especially watches over me, and you all protector spirits that seem to have an interest in me, make me worthy of your kindness. You know my needs. Let it be satisfied according to the will of God.